Another aspect of violence in Manipur, and I would also, ask this question to Dr. Romesh and Suhas as well. You know, what we have been given to understand is that as many as 22 member parliaments belonging to the House of Commons in the British Parliament have urged the United Kingdom government to halt talks relating to free trade agreement with India in the wake of ethnic violence in Manipur. The Punjabi origin British MP Nadia Whittom has tabled an early day motion in the House of Commons calling the UK to halt the FTA with India in wake of ethnic violence in Manipur. This is one aspect. The second is that Manipur tribal outfit member Lian Gangte, who is president of the Canada chapter of NAMTA, which is North American Manipur Tribal Association, was seen last month at its Sare Gurudwara, where he was allowed to speak on atrocities of minorities in India. And Khalistani terrorist Hardeep Nijjar was recently killed by unknown assailants, had snatched control of the Sare Gurudwara and turned it into a base for anti-India activity. Dr. Tombing, I mean, since you've just joined, I would like to understand from you that is there a concerted attempt to internationalize the situation in Manipur?
As far as my observation of whatever the discussion which has taken place, the Kuki-Zo community is quite international in the sense that they are spread across the globe, and the in beyond that, the larger the larger connecting factor is the kinship, and the mayhem which was played out in Manipur since 5 months, let's say, to the understanding, maybe because I don't speak to them directly, the understanding that they have is maybe that their kinship and then the communities that they connected with in the state of Manipur and within the territory of India and in that democratic establishment of whatever India is, uh, they might have been feeling the concern of existential crisis, which is existing in the current scenario. And it is out of that kinship and also the larger non-performance of the state and the assumption that the state might have been partitioned with regard to its approach pertaining to the larger concern uh, of the state and also in the law and order aspect of it.
But Dr.
Uh,
Tombing,
yeah,
protest is absolutely all right. I mean, I'm all for it. But I'm saying that, asking United Kingdoms to halt the FTA with the government of India, and speaking it at Gurudwara, which is in Surrey, which is a known bastion for anti-India activities. Do you think this would do the situation any good?
I, this aspect of the Khalistani, or maybe speaking in a Gurudwara, I hope more details are available. And without more details, it will be very hard to comment also because what I could understand is maybe purely it is a kinship concern that they have raised, and also of the concern of existential issues, maybe. Yeah.
Okay, Dr. Ramesh, I'll come to you in 1 second, but before that, I'll go to Mr. Suhas Chakma. Mr. Suhas, do you see this as an attempt to internationalize the issue? I mean, asking the international community to take action against India, and or speaking in a Gurudwara which is kind of known for its anti-India activity. Do you think it's an attempt to internationalize the issue, or playing
No,
into the hands of people who are always looking to have a pot shot in India?
I think irrespective of how the people have spoken at the Gurdwara at Surrey or elsewhere, I think there are certain members of the parliament in all the EU countries and North America who will internationalize or who will raise issues of international concern. And that is also what India has been doing. Historically speaking, we are the one who had moved all the resolutions against the apartheid regime in South Africa. We used to intervene with respect to Palestinians, in fact, allowing and inviting PLO chairman Yasser Arafat all the time here. We intervene at certain point of time with Myanmar. In fact, severed our diplomatic relations. I think the onus is on India. If we are not able to control the situation in a small state after 5 months, and if killings continues, we will always have certain members of parliament who will intervene on this kind of issues. So therefore, if you look at India, anytime anything's happened in the neighborhood,
But
they always intervene.
Mr. Chakma, comparing the situation in Manipur, which is an internal strife to Palestine, don't you think that's a slightly far stretch, sir? And India raising a Palestinian issue,
No,
are you trying to compare it with what's happening inside
no,
Manipur, sir?
no. I am not comparing that. What I'm saying is that, for example, if you look at it, uh, the entire Citizenship Amendment Act, we are saying that Pakistan, Bangladesh, and Afghanistan are prosecuting the minorities, which is factually correct, and therefore we need to have a law. We are already certifying those countries. And in fact, when the economic, crisis took place in Sri Lanka, the Tamil Nadu government intervened with the central government to speak on the issue. What I'm trying to say is that when this kind of issues emerge all over the world, you will have certain parliamentarians in all countries, possibly in all societies, who believe that they need to intervene on the issue. So I'm not comparing the situation at all. What I'm just trying to say that there will be certain members who would be having a liberal outlook or who believe in internationalism, and they will come and intervene. And we also do that. I mean, we intervene on the situation in Nepal. We sometimes intervene in, Maldives, etc. We intervene with respect to the Sikhs in Afghanistan. We send our own aircrafts there to lift them and etc. So, these kind of things take place. These are not unnatural. So what I'm trying to say is that it is essential that we restore the order in our house, or else people will be pointing their fingers at our own, in our own house. So that's where I think I'm trying to say that it may not be effective. It will not lead to cancellation of the FTA. But, it's a ground. So, that's what I'm saying. If you
Okay.
cannot facilitate some kind of dialogue between the cookies and the Métis at the political level, then that's very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. I think the Colonel Tiku had mentioned it that there is a need to talk between these two communities, but they cannot talk on themselves, with themselves. That situation doesn't exist. You need a facilitator. Maybe
Okay.
not the government of India, but you have to have somebody, and that's
Okay.
not taking place.
Okay. Dr. Ramesh, what do you have to
Hello,
say about
am I
this?
audible?
Yeah, you're audible, Dr.
Yeah,
Ramesh.
okay. Brijesh, regarding this utilization, so I think I should not say in detail, but you can look very carefully the content of letter that Cookie sent to the Israel Prime Minister, the content of the letter sent to the European Union, the content of the letter sent to the UK and some Christians organization. So you can look very carefully the content of those letters. And sometime in the letter they sent to the Israel Prime Minister, they were claiming that we are the original Jewish who have been persecuted in India. And in some other later, they want to form a new cookie land. So I am not blaming the cookie, but any citizen of this country, they can study the content of the letter sent by the cookie community to outside the country. What was the content? What the contents mean? What the contents indicates? And I would say, Bridges, what's happening today, in Manipur is the results of the policy of the Indian state, I would say. And you have seen how the way security forces and the state forces try to control the mob. And on May 3rd, there was a solitary rally, which armed group, but they have not tried to control that mob in this manner that you have seen in the last
They were trying to control the kids.
But why they are not trying to control those people who which sophisticated arm burning down the houses? Why they are not trying? Why they were not trying to control that mob that rally in the same manner? And regarding the dialogue, I just want to say one thing. Regarding the dialogue, and Cookie people are not ready to have any dialogue at this present juncture. So, for example, when the Union Home Minister Amit Shah visited Manipur, subject to correction, I think he visited Manipur on 19th May. One day before his visit to Susanpur, the cookies group, cookie community, they have put one condition. You should come alone. You should not come with the Chief Minister of the Manipur. You should not come along with Maitei. You should not come with none of the minister in the state government. So Amit Shah went there without Chief Minister, without any minister of the state government. And after that, Amit Shah called all the MLA of the Kuki community, all the 10 MLA of Kuki community in Delhi to have a discussion. I think you also aware that.
Absolutely.
And
Yes.
after that, Amit Shah, the Union Home Minister, called all the 10 MLA of Naga in Delhi to have a discussion. But so far, the Indian state, the Union government, is not calling the mighty MLA till now.
Okay. Okay.
Mighty MLA went to Delhi. They were not given appointment. Still, I think right now there are some MLAs in Delhi. So what I'm trying to say is the union government called all the MLA of Kuki in Delhi to have a discussion in this conflict. And after that, they called all the Naga MLA to Delhi to have a discussion about this conflict. But why they are not calling the mighty MLA?
Okay. Okay.
So
yeah.
what I'm trying to say is there is something behind what is happening in Manipur. There is something behind what is happening. And in the beginning, I have mentioned that this conflict is between two groups who stand against this division of Manipur. The other group who want to divide Manipur.
Okay.
Mighty are not demanding anything. Mighty are not demanding their own benefit, individual benefit. Mighty are just saying not to destroy, not to have any sort of separation the Manipur. And one more thing I just want to say, despite knowing there is infiltration in Manipur, and no concrete action has taken up till now. But if this were happen in Kashmir, the influx of the presence of some ISI, I would like to know what would be the reaction of the Indian state and the Indian people, especially the Indian mainline media.
Okay.